Hello everybody, this is day 4 of our fabric challenges. This week we're working all with fabric. So these are my jelly prints that I have tons of little scraps on fabric because I'm doing a blanket for my son and it's a patchwork blanket. So I have all these little scraps and I've had some bigger ones too as well. So I've already pasted them on a tag that I made by Cereal Box, and there's some beautiful prints here. And then with a pen I went and I did all these little X's just to make them look like, you know, they were sewing marks. So we're going to continue this by rubbing all the edges down. And I had started this video pasting everything on, but then the doorbell rang and I had to close the video, and so yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to do this with a sponge too, because I want more black on that. I want more black coming into it. So I'm just going to rub my makeup sponge in there, and that's what I want there. Nope. Have to make sure that it's not completely dry. Sorry guys. So the edges, you got to just, you know, let it dry really good. And these aren't overlapping. Like, I measured them perfectly to, you know, fit one beside each other to not do the bulkiness, and for, you know, the reason being too that I wanted to do this crisscross stitch on top. And it was fairly easy because like the two fabrics just meet perfectly here, and you know where you see it's like a type of little patchwork tag. Okay. Just a little bit more grunginess. Pick it up here from the tile. It's really nice having this tile down here. And I'm really liking the color of it too, because I think it's better for you guys to see what's in behind. Okay, I'll clean that up better later on. I have my gun on. Is it? Yep. Okay. So I've prepared a couple of things that I probably won't be using in this. Like, I had prepared this jean with some more stamping on it with silks, and I was going to, but I decided not to do that, and I'm just going to be placing a piece of burlap on here because it's more see-through, and I like that you can see underneath the jelly print better. Just going to pull this white thread. There, makes it even more ruggedier. And I'm just going to give it a couple of, you know, dabs here and there of glue gun, making sure that that even if I don't have it here and it's up here, but at least you won't see the glue, because naturally you're really going to see it with this piece of burlap that's, you know, really rustic. It's really open threaded. So I'm just going to put a little dab here, and that will hold it down just fine. Okay. Then I had stamped this. Now remember, these jelly prints that I had used for this blanket was a very old sheet of my mother-in-law's. I had stamped this on a piece of fabric and then frayed the edges. It's a beautiful stamp by, do I have the package around here? I did. There it is. I had shown it in the other video. Oh, I'm sorry you guys, it fell on the ground. Crafty Individuals. It's a really cool stamp. And this is going to go this way on it. So just like I said, another couple of dabs of glue here and there. Because like I said, I want the edges to, you know, just be leaning on top. So what I did with the other jelly prints is I started like just ripping them, and it's really easy. You just grab a piece, how you know, wide you want it, and just rip, and there you go. You got a little strip of jelly print, and that's what I did for here. So this is a normal piece of fabric that I have, little scraps of here and there, because I have cotton fabrics, you know, for patchwork. And I'm thinking that I had a bigger piece ripped off for a jelly print, and I don't want to use that green, so I'm going to go into my stash here and pick something that I would like to see with all of this. No. I'll put this one. I'm liking this one. It's got multiple colors on it, so. And just leave it, you know, the way it is, all ripped up. I'm gonna do this side as well too, because I don't want a straight edge. It just frays a tiny bit. Grab a pair of scissors and cut the piece I think I want. Okay, and this is another piece of fabric that I had in my stash, just little rips, tears here and there. So I'm going to try these. Oops. Yeah, I might have wanted to, well, it's going to have to stay. It's kind of not coming off. I kind of just wanted to turn it just a touch. No, I can't. Okay, it's staying the way it is. So, I'm going to start mounting some of these strips here. Just, you know, like lay them any way you please. I'm going to cover up this little dab of glue that's here, and then place the rest. Put a little dab under here and press. It'll go all the way through the burlap as well. My fingers are sticking to it, so it's coming up again. And this little piece of jelly print. Now, if I wanted to, I could have gone ahead and like kind of stamp the background too, but I prefer to leave it as is. I could have added much more texture to this, but I'm kind of like simple in a sense, but not simple, because these jelly prints are all pretty much, you know, pretty nicely colored with lots of texture of its own. So then I prepared these little buttons where I'm going to just put a little dab of glue and just stick them down. Glue strings, can't stand them. They're just random buttons that I got. Mostly earthy colors, but that little blue one just to, oh, this is a silver one, cool. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to put them right up here. And I'm going to stick a little bit of glue under this strip as well too. So, you know, you might see that you're going to be needing glue here and there. Oh wow, that's really cool, because it's got kind of writing on it, this button. I'll show it to you from up close. Can you see that? Okay. Afterwards, I'll probably paint the back, or I can cover it up with a bigger piece of, I can do the same thing on the back, you know, make a patchwork theme on the back just with fabrics, and then have a piece of paper on the back pasted to that to, if you want to write anything on it. Okay, Now what I did was I cut really thin strips of my jelly prints, and hopefully I can get them through these holes. That's too short. And I didn't worry about coloring the back. I want the white for a contrast here and there. So I'm going to try to, well, no, can't do that. I'm going to have to try this way. Actually, it's better. I'll do a little small knot. If I can always get it through, you guys, because there's about 4 strips of fabric here, or 3. And pull it through. Might have wanted them longer, but just to give you guys an idea, you can use tiny little bits of fabric scraps to do your little ties at the end of your tags as well. And I'm going to try pulling here now. I'm not sure all of them are through. Sorry you guys, have a little bit of difficulty here. It's kind of really hard, huh? So this. Oh, kind of got it. Okay. Now there's, like I said, add much more to this too as well. I would like to go ahead, instead of stamping it and just, you know, making designs here and there. Might want to use a different pen. See this one here. And down here. Okay, now I'm going to get a white pen. So remember, you can go back to my first video of this week, the challenge day 1, and see exactly how you can paint your fabric. This isn't kind of going on it good. Let me see if I do it with white paint directly. I'll just dab it here and get, that's too big. Get a small brush here. I'm going to use the tip of this, dab it into my paint, and just paint on top there like that. You can use a smaller thing if you have, you know, smaller spaces to do. Use toothpick or skewer to do this, because that was like, it was, the paint was soaking it in. Gonna cover that up a bit more too. And it's kind of soaking it in here too, but you can probably go over it again. Any more? Yeah, right here. Okay, so you can even add, you know, beautiful metal embellishments on top of here, which would look gorgeous as well. You can add writing onto it. I would like probably write, oh geez, I don't know, memory lane or something like that. And so yeah, that's my challenge for today, a fabric tag. So use, like I said, go back to the first video. You can see the videos there where how I'm painting fabric. You don't necessarily need a jelly plate, so you can, you know, easily do this perfectly fine with something soft underneath and paint your fabric and put stencils on it. You can make them look almost like jelly prints if you really want to. This is a normal stamp. You can stamp on fabric. I've been trying lots of things this morning. I'll show you right now too. So instead of stamping it directly on fabric, which works perfectly fine as well, I tried stamping the stamp on tissue paper and then pasting it to my my fabrics. As you can see here, I tried all different colors as well too, and I always went to the original one that I'd already made. So you know, you can use all these little different things, but like I said, it does stamp perfectly fine on fabric. You have to have something cushiony underneath. This was an Italian mark glue that I used where it just started all smearing. These are distressing, so naturally they're water-based and they're gonna, but using my own glue, another Italian type that's not for fabric, this was a fabric glue that I used on here, which is Stamparioli, is that Italian mark. And this was instead another type of glue that I use. I've always said it, I buy it by the kilo and it's perfectly good. And this was as well too. So they didn't really smear a lot with my original glue. But yeah, this was supposed to be fabric glue. But like I said, it's probably watered down more. It has more water consistency to it. So it really started running. So yeah, you can use your ink pads on fabric and, you know, you can make a beautiful tag. So here you go, you guys. I hope you like this video. Tomorrow, it's still a surprise. I would love to see what you guys have created. So thank you for watching, and until the next time, goodbye.